Coach Kim, seasoned personal trainer, ready to give you a 20-minute full body mature adult or beginner workout. So put your shoes and socks on, let's get ready. If you have a chair nearby, that'd be really fabulous. Something nice and sturdy, a bridge chair would be fine. If you don't have a chair, you can stand by a wall, and that's for stability. And maybe some of you are like, I don't need that, that's fine. We're all different levels. So I'm gonna hold on to this chair. We're gonna start with a nice little march. So I'd like you to just lift up one leg and then the other. Try to bring so the leg is up at a 90 degree. Just keep moving. We're gonna march. We're gonna get that heart rate going. If you feel confident, if you wanna take your hand off and you can do this without holding on, that's fine too. You do what works for you. So I'm so proud of you for showing up. You said, I am gonna move today because movement is medicine, motion is lotion. Let's get 10 more of these. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now, didn't that feel great? We're gonna give a nice full body workout today. And speaking of your body, this is a great tool. Your body's a machine, so let's plan on using it and moving it. So I want you to hold on to something steady. You're gonna take your outside leg. I'm gonna do a little pendulum. Now notice how my body's staying upright and I'm just moving this leg back and forth. Such great for getting that hip moving. Just keep moving, little pendulum. The standing knee is nice and spongy, it's soft. Perfect, and notice I'm not leaning back and forth. Let's get 5 more. That's 4, you're doing super. 3, that's 2, 1. Now let's trade up those legs. We gotta even it out. And that's, keep going, we're gonna get a total of 10 here. That's 3, 4, oh, I can feel the hips saying thank you, and 6, and you could do this several times a day. 8, you get in the mood, you can turn this on later this afternoon, or in the morning, first thing in the morning. Let's get 3 more. 3, and 2, and 1. Perfect. Now, what I'd like you to do is lift up the leg behind you. It's kind of like you're giving your butt a little kick here, and we all need a good butt kicking once in a while. So picking up the foot, you're gonna feel this in the back of the legs a little bit, a little stretch in the top, and you are working that heart. You're working the legs. If you want to get a little fancy-dancy, try to do it without holding on. That's great too. Again, all I ask is you do what works for you. Keep going. You've got 10 more. That's 9, 8, 7, 6, feels good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. So holding on to something, I'd like you to put, if you have the chair or the wall, you can even just put both hands on your leg. Sit your butt back, stretch your hamstrings. That's the back of the leg there. And just hold the stretches. Anywhere between 10 and 20 seconds is fine. And just breathe through that motion. And stretching is slight discomfort, definitely not pain. If you feel pain, then you're stretching too hard. And let's switch to the other side. There we go. You know our animals, you notice cats and dogs, the first thing they do in the morning is they get up and stretch. We're meant to stretch and feel better. So that's what we're doing. We're getting a little heart involved today. We're working the muscles, we're stretching, we're strengthening. Perfect. So I'd like you to hold on, anchor yourself. You're gonna take your outer leg and you're gonna lift it out and back. Beautiful, nice exercise for the hips here. This is called abduction, little outer leg lift. 5, perfect. Standing knee is soft. 6, 7, notice how I'm not leaning. 8, I'm not leaning either way. 9, and 10. Let's switch legs. So that's 1, standing leg is soft. 2, notice my body's nice and upright. 3, keep going. 4, you're doing great. 5, don't you feel better already? 6, bet you do. 7, every cell in your body says thank you. 8, keep going. 9, and 10, beautiful. Now, next one I'm gonna give you. Your feet are gonna be shoulder width. I'd like both of your toes facing forward. If you need to hold on to a chair, you are welcome to do that. Otherwise, I'd like you to try to sit to a squat. You're gonna stand up, and let's do a little rotate, So keep that head, I'm looking forward at you. You can let the head follow if you'd like to with your rotation. Keep your tummy nice and tight. Go into a squat. Now, if you're saying, oh, my knees are hurting, achy, just go a partial squat, just a little squat. That's 4. Just 1 more, a little squat, and that's 5. Rest up, rest. Because now guess what? We're gonna do 5 more squats, but now we're gonna rotate from the opposite direction. So engage that core. It's kind of like someone gave you a little sucker punch in the belly button here. And you're going to do a little squat, side, side. Beautiful. Squat's a very functional movement. You're going to plan on doing this every day. We sit to stand. So this is going to make you better at it. The more the muscles get stronger, you'll be able to perform this a lot easier. Maybe even without holding on to the arms of the chair. And rest. Beautiful. So what I'd like you to do with this one is you're going to put both feet close together. Put your body. You're going to lift up out to the side, lift your arm up, and then come back. So we're waking up that shoulder. Notice how my thumb is up, facing up like Fonzie, if anybody remembers Fonzie back in the Happy Days. You're going to look up, being happy. I talk about that too. Abe Lincoln had a good quote. He says, we're about as happy as we make up our minds to be. And that body's really happy right now. So let's get a couple more. Step out to the side. You're lifting your arm up at the same time. And then rest. Now we're going to go to the other side. Out. Now if you have to hold on, you can move your chair or move to the other side too. If you don't have to hold on, that's even better. And maybe you can practice that. Or just do a couple of them without holding on. And if you feel you need a little extra support, then hold on to the chair. I think you're doing super. Let's get two more for fun. One and two. Beautiful. All right, next stretch. What I'd like you to do is put your left arm down by your side, your right hand on top of your head, and gently tilt to the side. Now notice how I'm not tilting my whole body. I'm just tilting my head, and I'm doing a nice stretch on the outside of my neck. Now I'll tell you, with this is 6 to 8 pounds we get to hold up every day. So it's good to do a little stretch. Now put your other hand on the side and tilt your head gently. And you could do these stretches several times a day. Now I'd like you to take your head and roll it from left to right. And let's roll it again from right to left. Now have you noticed I'm going in a gentle semicircle only. Moving that neck around. I told you I don't want to neglect any of your muscle groups today. Then roll. Perfect. Let's do a whole big roll. Oh, didn't that feel nice? Yes, you know it did. Now what we're going to do this next one, I'd like you to go ahead and have a seat on your chair. So if you have a chair, that's great. Make sure if it has back support, that's even better. Your feet are shoulder width. We're going to do that squat again, but this time, sit to stand, your feet shoulder width. You're going to come up, and I want you to completely sit down. Go all the way back, and then push up. Now, if some of you are struggling with that, and you have to use a little push off your chair, that's fine. Use that upper body. But the goal is to eventually do it without. So just another little sit to stand. Breathe out. Are your toes facing forward? Is your weight heavy on that back heel? And then stand up. And I'd like you to practice this 3 sets of 10 every day. And watch how much stronger you get. You could do it 1 set in the morning, 1 set at lunch, 1 set in the evening. Let's get one more for fun. Up and then come back down. Beautiful. I'd like you to go ahead, anchor your right hand. Okay, I'd like you to reach up and over and stretch for your sides. Beautiful. So you can feel this on the side. Up. Down. Let's get one more. Reach. And back down. Perfect. Now, a nice little rotational stretch. I'd like you to take your opposite hand on your opposite leg. So I'm using my left arm on my right knee. I'm going to put my other hand behind me, and I'm going to give a nice little gentle twist. Gentle twist. So I'm not overstretching. Beautiful. Now we'll go to the other side. So take your opposite hand behind, sit up tall. Oh, doesn't that feel nice? Love, love, love. I know my body's loving this right now. I'm sure yours is too. Now, I'd like you to put your hands on top of your legs here. Your back is supported. And some people might need to roll a little towel or pillow behind your back to get that nice support. So you're going to sit up tall. You're going to go up on those toes and back down. This is called a seated calf raise. You're going to feel this, yes, in the calves. Specifically the lower calves, up says 3. So up on those toes, 4. And what I want you to do is squeeze the calf muscle, 5. Oh, all the way up, 6. And I'm greedy on this one. I want 15 of them. 7, and you can do it. 8, I don't want any stinking thinking going on. 9, you know what stinking thinking is. I'm tired, my muscles hurt. We need to shift that thinking and say, you know what? I'm grateful I can move my body, and it feels good to move my body. So much to be grateful for. Let's get one more. Up and hold, hold. You feel that in the calves? Hold it, hold it. It's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Beautiful. Just kind of shake it out. What I'd like you to do is lean your back, take one foot. Ooh, did you hear that? I've got some Rice Krispies. I want you to rotate that ankle in both directions. Just keep moving it, shifting it back and forth in a couple circles. Go in the other way. Beautiful. We've got to work those ankles. Now, what I'd like you to do is point and flex. Point and flex. Do you feel that quadricep? A little bit of the calves. All right, the other foot, one ankle wants some attention, so let's go ahead and rotate the ankle. You want to be pain-free? Well, one thing we need to do is move and take this medicine every day. And hopefully you're taking walks every day. Are you out there? Even just start with 5 minutes and work up to doing 10 and then 15. Maybe some of you can even do a 30-minute walk every day. Even a swim or a bike ride. Do something that gets that heart moving. You always feel better when you do. Okay, back and forth. Point and flex the foot. Point and flex. Point and flex. Good. Now what I'd like you to do is we're going to take one leg. Let's start with your right leg. Your back is flat. I want you to flex the foot, which means bring your toes up towards you. Hold that leg up and squeeze. Put your hand on there so you feel that muscle. Squeeze and hold that. That's 3, 2, 1. Drop the leg down. This is called a leg extension all the way up. You ever heard of a leg extension machine in the gyms? Did you know 𝘿𝙤𝙬𝙣𝙚𝙣𝙣 was the first to originally create those machines back down? Who is 𝘿𝙤𝙬𝙣𝙚? Well, some of you out there cackling because you've heard of him already. He's considered the godfather of fitness, Mr. Jumping Jack himself. Bring it down. That man opened up the first gym in 1936. Did you know that, in Oakland, California? And back in that day, oh, they thought they were freaks if they worked out. Well, that man was on to something, Mr. 𝘿𝙤𝙬𝙣𝙚. Come back down. We're going to get one more rep. All the way up. He had the first fitness show that lasted over 30 years, which started in the early 50s. Come all the way up, way before my time. But I'll tell you what, I've learned a lot about him. Drop down. And he was on to something. He said if people would move their bodies every day and eat food in its natural state, like fruits and vegetables, they'd be happier. Boy, it really, you're going to hear me talk a lot about 𝘿𝙤𝙬𝙣𝙚. And those of you that might have watched his show, 𝘿𝙤𝙬𝙣𝙚 Show, guess what he was doing? Exercises on a chair. So I will be your 2020 something 𝘿𝙤𝙬𝙚. Back down. All the way up, up, up. You're doing super. Let's get 2 more. Remember to keep that foot flexed towards you. Squeeze that quadricep. And those of you with knee issues, these are imperative. You want to strengthen all the muscles around the knee. Let's get one more for fun. All the way up. Squeeze that quadricep. And come back down. Beautiful job. What I'd like you to do on this is take one arm behind you like you have an itch back there on your back you can't reach. Take your other hand, cup it back and stretch the tricep muscle. That's this muscle right here. Reach back. Beautiful. Now we're going to go to the other side. Reach back. Stretch. Again, stretching should not be painful, just slightly discomfort. So as soon as you feel like you've met that point, just go ahead and stop. I'd like you to take your wrist now, if you don't mind, and let's do some wrist rolls. Big wrist rolls. Oh, you're doing a great job. Now reverse those wrist rolls. Excellent. And I'd like you to do what's called a blinker. Open and close those arms. Like blink, nice, blink quick. Blink, blink. Perfect. Keep going, keep smiling. Use up lots of different muscles when you smile. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Shake that out. Perfect. Now extend one arm out straight in front of you. Put your other hand on top. Now notice your arm is straight. Don't keep it bent. Straight. And you're going to feel this right on top, right through here. If you've ever suffered with carpal tunnel syndrome, or maybe some of you play golf and tennis, these are excellent stretches. And let's switch sides. Notice the palm is down. Pull it down gently. You feel a good stretch right through here. Now we're going to go back to that original hand. Put your hand up like you're saying, stop. Stop. Don't do that. Put your arm up. Perfect. Oh, I'm so proud of you. Just 15 minutes, and again, you could do this a couple times a day. And switch to the other side. So we found a nice spot on the ground, and I'd like you to go ahead and get on your back. Some of you might want to put a little pillow behind your head, and that's fine. And I want you to notice my legs are about shoulder width apart. I'm going to push with my heels. I'm going to do what's called a glute bridge or bridge movement. Push it with the heels. I want you to lift up that glute. Hold up for 1 second, come back down. And glute is just another name for your little back porch back there. All the way up. You're gonna squeeze the glutes and come back down. Again, I want you to push with those heels as you lift up, engaging that posterior chain of your body, which includes the hamstrings, the glutes, the butt cheeks, and your lower back. And I'll tell you what, if you do feel back pain with this, I'd like you to go ahead and just not do it, okay? We don't want pain. This is an exercise. We're gonna work up to where you can do the glute bridge pain-free. And I'll actually show you a different exercise after this, if you do have back pain, that you can do in place of the glute bridge. So let's go ahead and get 3 more of these, all the way up, up, up. Squeeze the butt cheeks at the top, come back down. 2 more. You're doing a great job. Up, back down. Your body's getting stronger and stronger every day, and every way gets better and better. Now this last one, hold it up. That's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly drop it back down. I want you to hug those knees to chest. Put your hands on top of the knees, connect your fingers, lift your body up, and this is a beautiful back stretch. It's flexion. And so many of us, especially as we age, we start getting stenosis, that narrowing of the joints in the spine there, so it feels good to flex. This feels nice. Put your feet nice and flat. In that same position, you're gonna do what's called a pelvic tilt, and this is an option for those of you that the glute bridge might have given you some back pain. I'd like you to push your back flat to the ground, and then release. So again, push that back flat to the ground. So I'm smushing my back flat and then coming back up. So I'd like you to perform these pelvic tilts, which I'm tilting my pelvis down, making my back flat, in place of the glute bridge if you have that back pain. So you go back, hold, let's get 1 more. This should be pain-free, pushing down and hold that back flat, and release. Let's go ahead and do a couple knee drops. Drop those knees to the side. And remember, it's a drop, not a flop. So this is good for the hips and back. Try to keep the shoulder blades on the ground. Beautiful. Keep going. Back and forth, gentle knee drop. No pain. As a matter of fact, you're probably saying, Coach Kim, this feels so good. These knee drops, and when you pull those knees into chest, it does feel nice. Beautiful. Excellent. So on this next one, what I'd like to do is actually I'm going to add a couple more stretches since we're in this position. Take your left knee into your chest. I want you to hug that knee in and rotate the ankle in both directions. Your other leg can be either bent or straight out. If you have back issues, I suggest to keep it bent. Rotate that happy ankle like we did earlier, and then switch. Pull the knee in, rotate that ankle in both directions. Beautiful job. Let's go ahead and do that 1 more time on each side. These are great for the hip and lower back. Rotate. And you know, 80% of people have issues with their lower back at some point in life. So let's not create issues, and let's, if you do have issues, let's make them better. And then switch. Pull the other knee into chest. Good. Excellent. Extend that right leg out straight for me. Take your left knee with your right hand on top of the left knee. Pull it across your body, looking in the opposite direction. Good, you're doing, oh, beautiful job. You're gonna feel this in the hip, the glute, the lower back, and then switch sides. So take that leg, opposite hand, opposite leg, and I'd like you to look in that opposite position. Hold the stretch, come back down. If you wanna feel it more in the glute, I'd like you to pull it up a little more diagonal. Good, excellent. And again, these are great with people with back issues. You could do this several times a day. Switch again. And those glute bridges, those are nice, a good stretch for that posterior chain, or the pelvic tilt if you have back issues and maybe the glute bridge might bother you. We're going to end by pulling both knees into chest. Excellent. Beautiful. And remember to breathe. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. Gently lower those legs. Beautiful. Excellent. Thank you for joining me today. You did a great job, and I'm very, very proud of you. Make sure you always check with your physician. Make sure everything's in tip-top. So I hope to see you again soon. Thank you.